Do you want to get straight A's in your exam? But when you sit down to study and all of a sudden lose interest. Getting A's is easy if you know the best time to study. Some days you understand everything quickly, other days every information feels impossible to remember. This is not about motivation or discipline. According to neuroscience, your brain has a biological windows for focus, memory, learning, and creativity. And if you study at the wrong time, your brain works against you. To find out the best time to study, you need to understand the neuroscience behind it. Number 1, brain runs on a biological clock. Brain follows a system called circadian rhythm. This is a 24-hour internal clock and it is controlled by a small region in the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus or SCN. The SCN receives light signals from your eyes and uses them to regulate alertness, energy, hormones, body temperature, focus, memory, and sleep. This means your ability to study changes naturally throughout the day. So each person has a different mental energy at different time. Number 2, why morning light is important for learning. Morning sunlight also activates a specialized retinal cells that signals directly to the brain clock. This increases cortisol in a healthy way. Cortisol often called as the stress hormone, but in the morning it actually helps wake up the brain. So the quality of your morning routine affects your ability to learn later in the day. Number 3, what is the best time for deep study? For most people, the brain reaches peak analytical performance on a few hours after waking. Neuroscientists suggest that the time for deep studying vary based on individual chronotypes. If a person follows a standard sleep pattern of sleeping at 9 to 11 p.m. and wakes up at 5 to 7 p.m., then first few hours are best for focused study and analytical thinking. During this time, there is increase in focus and attention due to increase in neurochemicals such as dopamine and epinephrine. These neurochemicals regulate signaling in cortex, and cortex is responsible for focus, attention, and decision making. 4. Understand brain crashes in the afternoon. Many students notice a drop in concentration later in the day. As you stay awake and keep studying, your brain continuously uses energy in form of ATP. During this process, a chemical called adenosine slowly builds up in the brain. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates. This causes afternoon crash. As adenosine levels rises, you start feeling sleepy. Focus becomes weaker, attention decreases, and it becomes harder to concentrate and remember information. This is why studying for many hours without any breaks feels less productive. Even short breaks during study can reduce mental overload and help restore attention. 6. The neuroscience of sleep and memory. One of the biggest mistakes students make is sacrificing sleep for studying. But neuroscience shows that sleep is actually part of learning. During sleep, brain replays information learned during the day. Synaptic connection strengthens, important memories are stabilized, and unnecessary information gets removed. This process is called memory consolidation. Research on synaptic plasticity shows that brain's ability to strengthen neural connections changes across the day and depends heavily on circadian timing and sleep. In simple words, your brain physically rewires itself after learning. And sleep is when much of that rewiring happens. So, if you study all night and sleep very little, your brain may not properly store what you learned. So, what is the best time to study? According to neuroscience, to understand the best time of to study, you need to look at these three things. Are you naturally more alert in the morning or evening? A well rested brain learns faster than a sleep deprived brain. Different brain states are better for different activities. For example, morning is best for memorization, analytical work, difficult subjects, exams practice. Afternoon is best for revision, practical questions, group discussion, moderate focus tasks, and evening is best for creative thinking, brainstorming, reading, and concept review. So instead of copying someone else's study routine, start understanding how your own brain works. Your brain is not designed to focus non-stop, it needs rest and sleep. So stop measuring productivity by number of hours you study because studying longer does not always means learning better. When you work with your brain, learning becomes easier and faster. And instead of forcing your brain to work harder, you finally make it to work smarter.